The legend for John Henry. The legend for John Henry. John Henry was born into a slave family. When he was just a boy, he had to do the work of a full-grown man. He grew so fast that sometimes the pants he put on in the morning were too short. By nightfall, soon he was the biggest man around and the strongest too. When the Civil War ended, the slaves became free, but life was still hard. John Henry needed to find a job. Who will hire me? He wondered. John Henry lived before there were cars of airplanes. Railroad companies were hiring workers to build tracks across America. The work was hard and dangerous, but John Henry was brave and strong. So, like many other black men who had once been slaves, John Henry became a steel driver, a hammerman. Every day he swung his 20-pound hammer over and over again. Other men would hold a drill bit against a rock. Then John Henry would hit the end of the drill bit with his hammer. He broke up rocks and dug tunnels through hills to make a path for trucks. The other workers like John Henry. He worked harder and faster than any three other men. John Henry had a deep, booming voice, and the other men interesting worked song with him. One day, the railroad trucks ran smack into Big Bend Mountain. Big Bend was so huge that the railroad wouldn't be built around it. A tunnel would have to be built through the mountain instead. Don't worry, John Henry. John Henry said that old mountains just a big rocks and smashing through rock is what I do. The men worked fast, and John Henry worked fastest of all. They hammered away at Big Bend Mountain, but their boss wasn't happy because he wanted the tunnel finished even faster. The boss said he would fire the men if the tunnel wasn't done on time. Then one day, a little man in a fancy suit arrived at the work camp. He was selling a steam-powered poker that could drill through the rock. His machine was the size of a locomotive, and it spit fire and smoke into the air. My machine can drill faster than any of your workers, the sailmen told the boss. Most of them looked down and shook their heads. They feared he was right, but John Henry spoke up. "That machine can beat me," he roared. The other men raised their heads and cheered. Everyone came running to watch the contest. John Henry stood tall in front of Big Ben Mountain. He grabbed a hammer in his mighty hands. The salesman pulled the levers on his machine, and it made an awful noise. "When my machine wins, you will want to buy it. It will replace all these people's," he yelled to the boss. John Henry knew he had to beat the machine. If the machine won, the boss would fire the man and use the machine to drill through Big Ben Mountain. But if John Henry won, the boss wouldn't want the machine. He kept paying the man. For the first time in his life, John Henry looked kind of small, or maybe the machine just looked big, but that didn't scare John Henry. "Woo!" The whistle blew, and the contest began. John Henry growled as he swung his head into the rock. He heard the machine growl too. "A man is better than a machine," he said under his breath. John Henry swung his hammer as quick as a lightning. He put all his strength into breaking through the rock. He pushed ahead of the machine and didn't look back. "Woo!" The whistle blew again. The contest was over. John Henry had hammered through almost twice as much rock as the machine. John Henry won. But the contest was too much for John Henry. He was too strong even for his own hurt. While the men were still cheering, he sat down against a rock and died. But he died happy with his hammer in his hand. The other workers were sad to lose John Henry, but they were also proud of him for saving their jobs. From that day on, they sang a new song as they worked. It was a song about John Henry, the still driving man.